Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're taking a look at Gundam Converge Series number 12. So this is a box of 10 of them. There's 6 designs though, so you will have doubles of some of them. And this is a pretty cool box, as they usually tend to be. Buying them in the box is great if you want to collect them. If you really only are interested in having a couple of them though, it's still a good idea to get a box of them. Just share it with your friend or something. Get 1 or 2 friends to all share in the cost and just get a box of them and split them up between the lot of you. That's a great way to get your hands on some of these. And if you don't live in Japan, if you live in Japan, you can hunt for them endlessly and get all sorts of cool ones throughout the past. But anyway, just around the box, I guess we should just take a look at this. This is a box that's meant for like a store display, so that's why it looks kind of like this. But you can see inside we've got the Gundam F91, the Unicorn Gundam 02 Banshee Destroy Mode, the Gundam Sandrock Custom EW, as well as the Gouf, the Deyon Gay, and the Deyon Gay Black Vanguard version. Not sure if that's exactly the correct pronunciation of that, but I think that's right anyway. It's close anyway, it must be close. Zip, as per the usual, because we have 2 different versions of that one, you just have 1 of each version, but everything else you just got 2 of them, so 2 Sandrocks, 2 F91s, 2 Goufs, and 2 Banshees in here. So I'm just going to go through them in numerical order, starting with the F91 first, and we'll take a look at these. So here is the F91, looking pretty cool. I'm not sure if they're still doing secret versions of these. They used to do secret versions in the older series, but as far as I've seen in the recent series, I don't think that they do them anymore. If they do, this would obviously be a prime target for a secret version to just make the Harrison custom version, because usually in the secret versions, generally they were just recolors. So that would be very easy to do with this one, but like I said, I don't think that they do those anymore. If you guys know differently, let me know. But again, just here on the box, as I just kind of flashed it around there for you guys, you can see the other ones in the lineup. If you were to just buy this from a store and you just get the one, you can at least see what the other ones were in the series, if there were other ones that you maybe wanted to try to track down. Inside, you'll have all your parts as well as your piece of Bandai chewing gum that I've heard that also in some countries you don't get the gum, unfortunately. Or maybe fortunately, because it's pretty awful. But you have just your main Gundam and the other parts there separated. The V-fin, there's the parts for, looks like the shoulders for connecting the VSBRs, like on the back there. And then you have our little base plate for it as well. So let me get this put together. Alright, and there it is. Looking very cool as usual. The proportions and everything, the details all look fantastic. Though this one definitely could use with some panel lining and some details painted in with that. You can see like the little triangles there on the back of the leg, here on the side, the little shield bit there for the arm, definitely going in, painting a little yellow for the triangle bit, gray for like the bits around there. Detail painting these up, panel lining definitely will add a lot, but it's cool that you have the F91 logos already printed on there on the shoulders. Just give it a good coat of top coat, so just glossy top coat, go in and throw some panel lining in there, paint in a few of the details. And you got a really, really nice little figure. Not that it's not nice already, because they're really, really cool just straight out of the box too. Alright, then up next, number 189 would be the Banshee in Destroy Mode, looking very cool. This is actually a updated version of the Converge Banshee, so I'm going to be able to show you a comparison. Here is the older Converge Banshee, and I mean, as you can see just straight away, it's looking definitely quite different in terms of the weaponry. You can see the claw, the armed armor, VN and BS, they're going to be much more pronounced on the new version, where on the old version they were definitely shrunken down a lot, and it's kind of a lot more SD scale. This one looks a little bit more kind of closer to like, I don't know, not quite so super deformed anyway, but let's pop it open and have a look. Alright, and then here he is put together. I gotta say, looking great just in terms of the painting and the colors, everything. The gold is really, really nice looking, and then for the psycho frame as well, that metallic orange looks great, and then the flat kind of dark navy blue color for the color, that all looks great. However, mine is looking a little bit funky. As you can see, he's leaning a little bit to the side there, and that's not supposed to be like that. So going to have to try to maybe do some boiling, heat this guy up and try to bend him back a little bit, but he's bending a little bit there off to the side, unfortunately. But here you can see compared to the old one, this is a special version of this one. I forget exactly what it was called. It was like a Real Type Colors version or something like that, where it's in a little bit more like a glowing sort of color, why the black looks kind of like slightly brownish, goldish like that even. So that's why there's a normal version of this that I think maybe is closer to this color scheme. But yeah, definitely a big difference in the armed armor there, definitely. And I don't know, both of them look good. I really actually quite like both of them. but the new one definitely looks fantastic. Alright, and then up next would be the Gundam Sandrock Custom EW. This actually completes the lineup of the Custom EW Wing Gundam mobile suits from Gundam Wing, I should say, not the main lead Gundams from Gundam Wing, the EW versions. This is the last one of them. There is also still the Tallgeese 3 yet to come out, though not technically a Gundam. The Tallgeese 3 is coming out in I think the next set number 13, I believe, or 14, but very soon we'll have that one as well. But now we've got all the Gundams from the line, and the Sandrock as well, looking very cool. The other cool thing about this is that you get the little machine gun there as well, aside from just the heat shuttles. So let's get him put together. Alright, and there he is. I gotta say, the colors look really cool, and the details, of course, also very nice here. Unfortunate thing is that if you want to have him actually holding the heat shuttles, there's no option for that. So I don't know if we may see another version of this out later on. Maybe they'll release some sort of like Wing EW set of all of them. They released a set of the of the 00 main suits, I think that was, as like a premium hobby set of those earlier this year or last year. There was that. They may do that with the wing kits, and then maybe that version will be able to have hands that hold this heat shuttles possibly, but there's not even any handles on there, so they would have to have whole new molds for those parts, and then parts for the hands as well. I don't know, it's possible. I highly doubt it though, but anyway, as is, it does look really cool. It's just a shame that if you wanted to have it actually holding them, that you can't. And then up next is the classic Gouf, and it looks like we have a couple options for this. It looks like we'll have one option for using the heat whip or using the sword, so that'll be pretty cool. We also have the option of having the shield attached onto the arm or not. It looks like, I'm guessing there'll just be a hard point there on the side of the arm. And usually on these mono eye kits like this, you can rotate the mono eye as well, so hopefully that will be continued into this version as well. So let's see. Yep, I got all that. Let's get it put together. Alright, and so here it is, and I gotta say, not only is this looking fantastic, but I think this is like the most accessories I've ever seen in just like a standard regular release Converge kit. So here we have one option here for the arm with just the sword there, holding the sword, and you have an entirely separate arm for the arm holding the heat rod, because that's just coming out of the arm there. With this arm, you don't have that little bit add-on there, so you just switch out the entire arm. Then here for the other side, you have the machine gun hand there, but then you do have a full just regular hand as well, so you can switch that out if you prefer one or the other. And then the shield, which is looking really nice, very nicely detailed, will just plug onto the back of the arm like that, and looks very cool. So you can see there some nice detail on this. Not as detailed as other ones, but I think just because of the design, it fits. It looks really good just as it is, and you can move the mono eye as well. Just remove this bit on the top of the head there. Be careful with the commander antenna. Pop that back on, turned like that, and let's try out the other arm here with that, and that is looking pretty cool. Definitely really awesome, and glad to have two of these, because I think this will look really cool to repaint one in like some MSV colors or something, especially because they have two different options. They have one holding the sword and then one with the whip as well. That should be pretty awesome. Alright, and then last up, number 192 and 193 are the Deyon Gay and the Deyon Gay black Vanguard version. So we'll just take a look at these at the same time, because they're basically the exact same mold, just in different colors. So you have this very gray one and the black one. I definitely prefer just the gray. It looks very cool, very militaristic. This one is a little bit too much with the colors there. The purple, the black, that's all fine. But then I think between the yellow and the red, I think just one of those would be better than having two. It's just one too many colors in the design, I think, for me. A little bit too colorful, but let's get them popped open and check these out. So these are also designs that not really all that into, to be honest, but that's like the mobile suit design. But I think they look really cool in here in Converge form, so let's go ahead and get them put together. And dang, I gotta say that purple, that black and purple design is looking a lot better out of the box, because the metallic-y purple looks really cool, and the yellow is actually a little bit kind of slightly orangish yellow, and it looks good instead of just straight up yellow. But also the black for that has like a little bit of like a metallic purple kind of sheen to it. I'm not sure how well that's coming through on camera, but it looks really cool. The color of that looks really quite nice, and then just the all gray one looks really cool as well. Again, just more realistic, more militaristic. So both of these look really cool, again, for a design that I don't really like that much in general. in Converge form, they're looking pretty dope. So again, you have that really shiny, looks like a really glossy gunmetal color, like dark gunmetal color for a bunch of the thruster bells and things on there as well. Very cool. Of course, a lot of detail on there that's going to look much better once you, again, panel line that up, detail it up, but really interesting designs. Okay, and then I just wanted to give these guys a black light test, because on some of the older ones you'd have parts that would shine really nicely under black light, some of the eyes and things like that, but on these, unfortunately, nothing really on any of them except for the mono eye of the Gouf is lighting up really brightly. So if you had this some black lights in your display or something like that, that Gouf's mono eye is going to be looking really bright and cool. So there you have Gundam Converge Series 12, another great series of these little figures. If you guys have never bought any Converge figures, get one or just get a whole box. I really recommend them. They're just really cool little figures. If you guys watch my channel a lot, you know that I don't really particularly care too much for figures of Gundams, like the robot Banshee or things like that, all that much. But these are great. They're awesome. They're really fun to collect, and they look fantastic. And especially if you, again, want to go in and do some work to detail them up, they look even better. So that's it for this review, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.